and try as hard as we can and be flexible as we can. And then if that doesn't work, we'll try something else.
I wish I knew SketchUp Pro. I'd do it for you. Yeah, I've only just opened the box.
Well,
and I immediately I said to him last night, I said, if you learn this, you can teach me. Because I need someone to sit down with me so I can learn.
And you could try it with his guidance.
Yeah, well, I'd like to. And I was just about to buy the software.
And I can provide the sketch. I'll see what my license does, whether I can give one to you free.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to figure out how to let you use it, and then you can let him use it.
Well, yeah, I have a problem with that right now because I'm finding the time to do that.
No, I don't mean time. I mean just so you have something to give to someone else.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
You're giving me time today. We see possibility.
Yeah.
My goal is to get something and then go out and raise millions of dollars.
Oh, right. I think that's fantastic. I'm all with you. I'm with you on that. I love to be part of that.
Well, you are.
I'm trying to get my mind around the viability of what you're doing, because I'm still a little bit kind of sketchy in terms of understanding how this actually
let's
create a functional model.
You're on my board of advisors.
Okay.
Okay? And I've got world-class people, the head of McLean Hospital, the guy who built all the charter schools in Washington, D.C.
Well, I think mental health would be a fantastic one for this. But this thing of attention.
A guy who was my executive vice president.
Because if people who've got suffering from attention deficit, which is a lot of kids these days, if they could know how to sort of utilize the passion rooms along with their attention rooms, they actually might find
the applications you'll see.
Yeah.
And later on, once we get a little farther along, it could be part of a course assignment.
It's like depression. It could be like a cure for depression. It could be like a model that they do this, now do this, now do this, now do this, and now you're in a different place than you were.
On Saturday night, I'm going to a reception with Julie Vargas, B.F. Skinner's daughter, at the B.F. Skinner Foundation.
Okay.
And she came to see me last year in January. And I now understand that she was in a one-dimensional linear programming, operant conditioning world of stimulus response reinforcement. And then in the black box. The white box moved to a two-dimensional framework, table, way of looking things. And now we can look at a three-dimensional. And because of the using the metaphor of the world as a
hologram,
as a city for your mind, all these applications turn into a unlimited, like Pokemon. We get this thing built. It can be a Pokemon thing that can be superimposed on a world you already know.
Yeah.
With the metastructure and some metadata imposed on the world that you've already learned.
Sounds marvelous. Sounds great.
Expand on what I just said.
Yeah. Well, isn't it? You're like sort of telling someone that you can tailor make a kind of you can create a roadmap, a kind of system of transformation of the familiar environment into a new paradigm that you can operate and be the operator of.
And impose it on a world that you've learned throughout your life. You know it.
Yeah.
It adds value.
Yeah. So you can drive. You can actually learn to drive again.
You can learn to drive again. And like this morning, I decided I would learn.
Most people's cars are driving themselves and they're all over the place.
And now
the driver's seat.
When the cars are doing the driving, what are the people going to do? They're going to have to start. They're going to have to do something. And not just use Elon Musk's idea of pumping all the World Wide Web into your brain. How would that feel? I hope
like a garbage dump.
Elon Musk said, "Well, I think I won't be the first one to go to Mars. I would go, but I've got a lot of responsibility."
He wants people to become like human landfill.
And if he likes to try out the human brain interface,
have you been along to the Media Lab with this?
I haven't. you're it. I can only go certain places. I'm convinced that you're my man. You're my guy.
I mean, at the Media Lab, they could take this to a whole other level.
I'm sure they can.
Yeah.
We're sitting here talking in less than 1 week time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're going to make it happen. We're going to do all the things that you give sermons about in your about getting a vision, getting a team.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do it, and we're not going to say, "Oh, you want to do that." Someone else said, "We're going to do it."
Okay.
And we're going to walk the talk.
So what I need to do is I need to get up to speed, on seeing the possibility of this. I need to be able to stand in your shoes and see what you see.
When do you think?
I mean, all I've done right now is I've seen your films.
Yeah.
And I've looked up your.
And we've had a little chat, but it was partly comprehensible.
Yeah.
When can you come see? We did in my place or yours
next week.
What time? What day?
Same time. I can come next week.
Tuesday at 11. You're in my place.
Yeah.
We're on.
Okay.
And in the meantime, you're going to do your best to get the Korean Miracle Man.
Yeah.
To do the Second Manhattan Project, roads, rooms, and floors.
Yeah.
The Atkinson Protocol Palace platform, strategize, categorize in hierarchies.
Yeah.
And then plagiarize.
We're going to make that schema. I'll be on that one there. That schema.
We're going to make Roger come over here, or we'll bring the schema of the mock-up.
Right.
You just give it to him a little closer so he can video it.
Yeah, we're going to build a SketchUp model of that.
And between now and Tuesday at 11, we're going to do our best to do the RFP, the schema, the SketchUp, the patterns, the documentation.
Yeah. I need the instruction. In other words, what this is.
But and this thing I wrote last week that you didn't read, that I showed you, maybe here someplace. I had a. Oh, it's over there. Behind the map. Read this front page out loud.
The Spring Letter, 2017, from the Whole Brain Foundation. Number one, the passion of the Whole Brain Foundation is to improve thinking for him out of using technology.
Oh, you got the draft that hasn't even been edited.
Okay. This past winter, we've made accelerating progress towards our vision of the 3D mind that metaphorically is like the New York City of Manhattan. With funding support organization is Frank, can you has been gaining strength from the...
I was talking in Siri.
Right. Okay, sure.
And I've edited it. I
Generous support from our members. Donors part. I'll try and paraphrase.
Paraphrase.
I'll try. This spring 2017, we're ready to execute a digital prototype, which will be the basis for demonstration projects on large-scale personal, social organizations, civilizational and political problems that are tractable.
Intractable.
We got tractable. Yeah. Okay. Practical. Okay.
I want to go after intractable problems.
Okay. Yeah. To our friend Mark, requirements were shared on March the 21st, 2017, and in the meeting at O'Brien Foundation at Six Circle with a dozen.
The O'Brien Foundation is the Whole Brain Foundation.
Okay.
That's series.
This is serious.
Seriously silly.
You can watch the presentation and discussion by going to YouTube and searching for Charlie Atkinson, The3DMind, Part 1 and 5. Okay, we've identified the visualization partner who wrote to us the following. It's me. Just listen to the 5 videos. Okay.
What I
That's
said.
me. You're in Boston, choosing whether you need to get up to speed in your work. Okay. Right. Yeah. Okay. All right, 3 cash flow requirements for the spring quarter are running at $1,000 a week. We would greatly appreciate your continuing support. On the other side, I provided a history of support we received since 2011 and 2015, October 31st, which is when we were incorporated and to qualify for a 501c3 not-for-profit tax exemption status. Donations range from 100, 250, 1,000 to 2,500, 5,000. As an entrepreneurial startup, we can all realize that there is no deficit of dire predictions for the future, but we believe that we can create a future that makes life worth living for all. Please consider a tax-deductible donation. Yeah. Okay. So you've been sort of kickstarted this.
Look on the back.
Is it a Kickstarter?
No, that's not for us. I tried that.
Alan Cushman.
Oh, well, anyway.
Okay, these are the donations. Okay,
That's
so
those-
here you go, 4,900.
That I've gotten, and now I'm going to go for some more.
Great. Okay. Very good.
But the donations get us to get some minimally viable product. Then, with the team that I've got built and a new chief operating officer, Jack Donahue, we're going to be able to mobilize and go after major demonstration projects on a preliminary basis to get a little project going with Honeywell, with Boston.
Well, so I'm going to ask Honeywell if they can get me involved in actually configuring what these experience rooms could really be, because they don't know what they want to do. They know that they have a very complex organisation, and they don't know how to give the general public or even their own employees a sense of who they are.
Well, say you're collaborating with the Whole Brain Foundation in Cambridge, a lot of Harvard guys, and we're doing this together, and we'll go after a project of 10, 25, 100,000, and we'll share the revenues and do it. We'll figure out how to. So there's some goodness to share. We'll have no trouble figuring out.
Yeah. So the important thing to know whenever you're doing these things is to understand the scope of work. You know, what is it we're actually trying to achieve here? You know, completely. What is it we're actually trying to achieve? Have you written that up at all? You know, the how you see a functional prototype. What do you see it offering?
In my company, I've written proposals to the pharmaceutical industry for $10,000, $100,000, and $1 million. And so I know about the whole proposal process and the delivery process, and I've got capability,
Right.
like you've got capability. But assume that when the time comes, I'll have that capability. I really have it in space.
Yeah.
And I have got roots into Jared Kushner.
You do?
That I'm going to go in 1968. I started a company called Conference Service Corporation with a civil engineer, American Indian, and we took over the Ruth Baker Pratt Estate in Long Island, 48 fireplaces. We took over a monastery in Chicago, and later, after a couple more, and turned them into conference centers. We bought one in Peapack, New Jersey. The one in Peapack, New Jersey, from the Richard Gambrel estate, we bought for $1.8 million. I did, and ran into rough sledding with the energy crisis. In 1990s, that was bought by Donald Trump, and is the Bedminster, which is the county of Peapack, and that's where Jared Kushner got married.
Oh, I see.
To Ivanka.
Yeah.
And there are other tie-ins with the Kushners.
But I think he'd want you to climb a little tree before you get to that tree.
We've got to get this digital prototype done.
Yeah, but you also got to get that's right. You got to create something which has a sort of functional
and
proof of concept, don't you?
And we need to get little projects going and build it with other people's money.
Yeah, but you need a proof of concept. You need to get one small, limited parameters proof of concept.
Look at this. Friday, March 31st.